Hey all, Hibber here. So we're back in the Yamato this time here, and we are on this map here that is also a problem map, especially this spawn over here. So that's why I picked this battle here, and I've started in a little bit into the battle here. I just got rid of a Minotaur. A Minotaur. I just got rid of a Minotaur, and we are like pounding the battleships here over on this side here. And do you know why we're doing that? Look at how our three battleships are positioned. We have one to my left, one to my right, and myself in the middle, meaning that we have pretty much three different trajectories on our shells over here on this flank here. And that's how you want to do it. You don't want to sit all three battleships behind the same island, which happens all the time on this flank here. That's just ineffective, and it's very easy to counter, because all the enemies have to do is just bow tank you, because you're all shooting from the same angle, and you cannot really get at those soft broadsides. And then it's just a matter of a destroyer popping up and torping the battleships. Yep, that's it. So don't do that. Do what's being done here. See, we don't even have any cruisers really over here on this flank here. And I'm just trying to citadel anything that I can see. I got 6 citadels already, so it's pretty good. And don't push ahead too far, because at some point you will show your broadside to the red team here. And you don't want to do that in any situation, really. Only if you absolutely have to. And at this point, I don't have to. I don't have to do that at all. The only problem is that there's not enough enemies over here. And when I keep saying, if you don't have your battleship guns on reload constantly, then you are not positioned correctly. So I only have this angled Conqueror to shoot at, and it's actually, sailed by the mayor of Sheffield, the guy that I keep getting, mixed up with in the matchmaker, and we always have good shootouts and good game, absolutely there. We even had a little chat after this battle. But anyway, he's the only one there to shoot at, and I'm not getting enough bang for my buck shooting at him, and he's so low now that even wasting a whole salvo on him isn't really what I want to do. Instead, we have this very nice broadside Yamato over here on the other flank. So and again, I am going into this channel here, so I have one path to shoot at the enemy. And if you look at the battleship behind me, he is continuing out. So that means he can set up like his firing position from a slightly different angle than I can. And we still have one battleship to my right that can again shoot from a different angle. And that's what you want. I mean, we don't have much to work with over here, because there's not much room to maneuver to be able to shoot actually, and still be able to shoot without having the mountains in the way. But we're doing the best we can, and this is pretty much ideal. I know one battleship is pointing the wrong way, but other than that, it's pretty much as good as it gets. And as you can see, it worked out very well. We've won the flank very, very quickly. And it's also a very low destroyer game, this one here. So there wasn't really anything to be afraid of over there. We could just push immediately. And that's another thing I don't see happening a lot. Like, battleships always sitting back, even when, for example, there are no destroyers in the game. Then why would you sit back then? And I have saved another video on this map here where it's pretty much the opposite spawn. And I'll show you that. I don't know if it'll be the next one, but I'll make sure I show you. So, yeah, it kind of touches on the subject of, look at your team and then decide what to do. Don't just always reverse. Actually, never reverse right off the bat. I keep saying that, but it's just so important. And on another note, like I said, I haven't really played Yamato a lot lately. I usually only play it in divisions with Peak and Aaron, but lately I've just decided, let me take it out solo and see what I can do. And it's actually doing really well. I mean, when I just want to play this game to just, relax instead of playing like a high-strung agile cruiser, this is pretty much my choice, because it doesn't get more basic than this. It's a battleship, and it's, pretty much the most battleship-ish of all the battleships. Because all it's about is just positioning and shooting the enemies, going for those juicy broadsides, and getting as much damage as you can possibly get. And yeah, of course that is fun. I don't want to do it all the time because I enjoy my agile cruisers to know, when I need some adrenaline. But if I just want to have a good time in the game and not be super dependent on my team, then well, I don't think there's a better pick than Yamato when it comes to battleships. And of course, if you want to be super independent, then go for a destroyer. I don't like destroyers particularly much, so I tend to gravitate to battleships and cruisers when I play. So here we have this Yami here caught inside the cap, and obviously that's a pretty bad spot for him. And we have still 5 minutes left, and I'm already at more than 200,000 damage. And there's still 4 battleships in the game. But of course, unfortunately, we are going to run out of points at some point. So unfortunately, we don't get this could have been a 300 game. I'm pretty sure if I just had the ships to fire at. But one Yamato has gone dark, and the other one RNG just says, well, you're not gonna get any hits on him. And that happens sometimes, and that's probably the most frustrating part about battleships. And that's also why so many people run accuracy builds on battleships, because, well, it is really what makes, the most sense. So you see this Yami here, he's slightly angled, and that's just not perfect. I wish he was like flat broadside on, but of course that's also the exact thing I keep saying over and over: don't be flat broadside on. So in a way, I mean, he's doing what he's supposed to do. Well, probably I would be a little bit more angled than he is, but he is getting away with a lot more than he should. So at this point, I'm just waiting for my cruisers to make it to the other side of A, and in the meantime, I'm just taking pot shots at this other Yami here across the map, because I wanted to see what that Yamato caught inside A was going to do. And unfortunately, he decides not to face me. I was kind of hoping that he would shoot at me sooner or later in there, so he could get spotted and I could get some nice citadels, but that wasn't going to happen, and that's okay. We've still done really well in this battle here. So we'll just take out our disappointment on this unfortunate Yamato over here, that he doesn't really have a choice. I mean, he has to go bow on onto the other shells, and that means he just shows broadside to me, and that's just, I mean, too bad that happens. And that's what you want to set up in the game here. That's why I keep talking about spreading your forces out, go where your team isn't, so you have different lines of firing than they do, and that way you can deny the enemy the option to angle correctly against your shells. So there's pretty much only the poor mayor here left, and as much as I enjoy playing against him, then well, we're gonna have to finish this match here off. And I'm pretty sure he knows that I've got him in my sights, because he is staying right at the edge of my range, and I don't want to give up the cap. At the moment I'm capping, so I don't want to spoil that by shooting a salvo that's probably not going to do anything anyway. So I'm just going to finish my capping, because I want the points. And then we will deal with the mayor here, if he ever pops up again. I could also head for A and get even more points, but you can see there's only 50 points left, so I won't be able to cap in time, so that's just going to be a waste of effort. It's better just to get that extra kill and finish off in style. So I'm just sitting here waiting for him to get spotted, because that'll happen soon. You can see the 2 cruisers coming around the A cap. They're gonna spot him at any second now. So I'm just going to keep my guns loaded and just hoping that he's gonna pop up. And there he is. And pretty much that's all I need. And I just happen to also finish capping, so it doesn't get much better than that. And not the perfect salvo, but it's enough to finish off this game here. And that was pretty much yet another battle in the Yamato, like the legendary tier battleship that I think is the best battleship in the game. So 230,000 damage and 3,200, nearly 3,300 XP. So hope you enjoyed the battle, guys, and I'll see you out there.